May 28, 2022 marked the long-anticipated return of former Reading 484 number 2102 to excursion service on the Reading and Northern Railroad. Myself and several of my friends headed up to Northeastern Pennsylvania to chase the first run of the reincarnated Iron Horse Rambles up to Jim Thorpe. We began our chase here in Port Clinton, where the train made a brief station stop.
Yeah.
2102 put on a great show for us leaving Port Clinton as it strained to get its 19-car train underway. It was hard to catch up with the excursion as it thundered northwards, but we finally got ahead of it before it reached Nesquehoning. After its passengers disembarked at Jim Thorpe, the train was turned at the new bridge over the Lehigh River just north of town. A pair of SD-40-2s had coupled onto the rear of the train and pulled it northwards. This helped make the job of turning the train a little bit quicker. Now, a little bit of history about number 2102. 2102 is a T1 class 484 Northern type built in 1945 for heavy freight service. It was built to meet the need for additional locomotives demanded by heavy World War II traffic conditions. Rather than buying new 484s from a commercial builder, the Reading rebuilt 30 I-10 class 280s built in the 1920s into modern 484s in their own shops in Reading, Pennsylvania. 2102 spent its career pulling freight on the Reading until the end of steam in 1956. In 1959, the Reading pulled several T1s out of the deadlines for excursion service, the famous Iron Horse Rambles. 2102 joined these T1s in 1962 and headed up Rambles until 1964. After that, the engine was sold to Steam Tours Incorporated and pulled excursions for them until 1977. In 1983, the engine was restored to operating condition, and in 1985 was purchased by Andy Muller, the owner of the Reading and Northern. The Reading and Northern used 2102 in excursion service until 1991, when its flue time expired. From 1991 until 2016, the engine was stored, awaiting restoration. In 2016, an inspection was conducted, and restoration work began once again. On January 10, 2021, 2102 was fired up for the first time since 1991, and in April of 2022, the long-anticipated restoration process was completed. After shoving the train across the river, the SD-40s pulled the train back south into Jim Thorpe proper. After being pulled back into Jim Thorpe, the excursion train would sit for several hours before beginning the return trip south. The next place we would catch it would be at a different location back in Nesquehoning. Climbing the grade out of the Lehigh River Gorge, 2102 smoked it up as it thundered through Nesquehoning. "2102 was also working hard as it neared the top of the grade at Hometown Hill. Miller's Crossing Road would be our last shot before coming back into Reading. Shortly after 6 p.m., the train arrived back at Reading Outer Station, the end of the run. After the passengers had disembarked, 2 crew members greased the rods as fans swarmed around the engine. We truly had a great time chasing 2102 on its first excursion run of the 21st century. Seeing this magnificent piece of machinery back in service was a dream come true for me, and I want to thank Andy Muller and the Reading and Northern Steam crew for all of the hard work they put in to make this happen.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you can, make sure you head up to Reading and see 2102 for yourself. It's an experience that you won't forget.